Good evening everybody. I hope you are well this fine Tuesday evening. Let me swap on over to the main scene. Good evening one and all. I hope you have had a lovely start to your week at least, and all is well with everyone. Good evening. Who do we have? Crozak, Scobble, Cookmeat, Andy, Apophis, Adriana, Happiest, Mushy, Foxivi, Metcat, Wishes Are Catholics. Good evening one and all. I hope you're having a lovely time. And Basic, good evening to you. Thank you all for stopping by on this Tuesday stream. Trash Panda, good evening to you as well. How is everyone's week so far? I hope it's been good. It's only Tuesday. It's only a 4-day week as well, with Easter Friday coming up at the end of the week. So hopefully nice and short for those that are working. Ferrigno, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Great with nice weather. It was lovely today. I laid out in the sunshine for 10 minutes. That was great fun at lunchtime. Deviated Path, thank you very much. 10 months. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you ever so much for your continued support. That is really appreciated. So thank you very much. See lots of emotes for you. Thank you very much indeed. Half past week, exactly. It's only a 4-day week, so that's not too bad as well. Jamerican, I'm like 1.3 million gold away from the long boy. Oh, that's so close. Hopefully you'll get it very soon. What with Shadowlands Alpha coming out sometime this week, is going to be interesting to see when they're actually planning on having Shadowlands release, but it's very exciting times. Working with the laptop in the garden, even nicer, crazy. Unfortunately, your school is staying open bank holidays. Oh, really? So extra stream on Friday. I'm not sure what we've got planned family-wise. Obviously, we're going to be at home for most of it. I'll have to go food shopping at some point, but I'm not sure. I'll probably still try and do a Thursday stream, and then I think I might reserve the weekend for actual sort of family time, apart from the Sunday as usual. Always look forward to the bonus Sunday streams. It is great to be able to do them more often. I feel like 3 a week is quite a nice a pacing of them, so that I can get some stuff done in between them, spend some time with my family, and then also have time to stream, and it works out quite well, I think, that way. You're not on the rota for those 2 days though, but you're staying open for the key workers children. Well, it's very good of them to be doing that, of course. So I hope, luckily you're not on the rota that time. Only at 400k yet. Not sure if you'll make it to the long boy. Well, keep at it, Cookmeat. Keep trying things out. Try expanding, spreading out your markets, and I'm sure you'll be able to slowly start to build that up. John, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Have I redone my garden yet? No, I'm still working on the fence, so I'll have to probably work on that over the Easter weekend. I have to build the arras rails and featherboard and nail all that lot in. Oh, Happiest gifting a sub to Adriana. That's incredibly kind of you, thank you. That's super kind of you. Loads of emotes for you, thank you very much. It's very generous of you. Thank you very much indeed. You're still an essential worker, 1 of 3 in the building. Oh, right, okay, so do you... Hold on, it's a bit big in the screen. Do you have to go into work for that, Deviated? Patches, good evening to you. How do I make gold with blacksmithing? I haven't got blacksmithing yet, but if I were to have blacksmithing, I would be doing things like anything to do with the mount equipment, and I'd be doing uncanny weapons, as well as the other plate gear as well. Does anyone else know how to get hydrocore? That's from doing dungeons, usually heroic or such forth. And the end, as Rose said, Mythics and Mythic Plus, end boss is 100% drop. Jack and Neil, good evening to you. They don't drop for you. Maybe it's... Whoops. I've got a great big Brutus all over my face. There we go, that's better. Oh wow, we've got a hype train starting. That's amazing. Thank you very much, everyone. That's absolutely amazing. McBainey, thank you very... Oh, excuse me. Thank you very much for using your Prime. That's 10 months using your Prime. Thank you very much. Let's throw in a whole load of emotes for you, and thank you for kicking off the hype train. So thank you all. That's absolutely brilliant. Oh, and here comes Happiest with another cheer, keeping the train going. There we go, 100% already. Wow, that went through quickly. Yes, I think so. It wasn't Heroic, was it? It was Mythic and Mythic Plus that gives you a guaranteed drop at the end. Because we were doing those. We've been doing those pretty much every Tuesday for the last couple of Tuesdays, and it's been really, really good for that, certainly. Blizzard released a webpage on class changes in Shadowlands. So happy. You can't describe how much you love it. I haven't seen it yet. I skimmed through some of it. There were some really exciting things coming up there. I'm very interested in that. I mean, I looked at the priest ones. They seemed okay as far as I know. Not a lot for specifically holy. Oh, it's a different core that drops. You have to dilute it. Each prof is able to. Yes, from the tidal cores to the hydra cores, you can convert to the other. You earned your Brutosaur in 69 days recently. Oh, congratulations, Rockwilder. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations to you. Let's see loads of long boys for you, and as well as a winky face thrown in there as well by mistake. But there we go. Congratulations, Rockwilder. That's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. Be nice if the professions could really make meaningful gear in Shadowlands. I am ever hopeful for that, and if ever I should get onto the Shadowlands either alpha or beta, I'll be sure to give lots and lots of feedback and try and give professions the love they deserve. Certainly, I would really like to see professions getting a nice solid thought process to them, rather than just something sort of like thrown on at the end. Took some dedication. My streams helped a bunch. Oh, I'm glad they helped. Congratulations once again, though. Liking Classic, the Lionheart helmet, or what was it? What's that for? Yeah, something that you could make that's actually sort of almost best in slot or something like that. Yeah, you can't wait either, Maceo. Yeah, definitely. Where to start and get the OG Touch of Death back, and every spec gets it, and summons a Celestial for each spec, and we get Expel Harm back too. It's like a healing potion on a short cooldown. That does sound pretty good. It was best in slot for Warriors till late in Classic. Yeah, something like that I definitely would be really, really good. And I assume it was bind on equip rather than bind on pickup, so you could trade it as well, which would be obviously really nice. But that was absolutely loads of things to look forward to. I'm hoping that I can get myself on the Shadowlands Alpha, and so that we can start exploring the things that might be available. Obviously, it's going to be very limited at the beginning stages. In other news, you made your first bag of anchors today. Oh, fantastic! On your one alchemist. Excellent, Rose. Welcome to the BFA side of professions. There was a lot of stuff. I haven't read all of it. With the class changes, but it's going to be interesting. I'm not sure when Alpha's going to actually hit exactly, but it's going to be interesting to see what comes out with everyone data mining things and all stuff like that. Normally, like with BFA, I was reluctant to follow any of the major news other than the Brutosaur, whereas this time I think I'm going to pay a bit closer interest in it and see if I can get myself a bit more prepared for what I'm going to be doing in terms of which covenant I'm going to go for, which characters I'm going to play, what professions I'm going to go for, probably all of them if I can. So there's lots and lots of things I'm going to be doing, certainly. You spent 7k on mats, but if anchor price it will be stable, you make 13k. That's a good 6k over a month's time. That's good steady income for something that you're literally loading, doing the transmute, and then putting it on the auction house. It's really not a lot to worry about, really, is it? But absolutely fantastic. Let's go have a look. Let's have a look at the mailbox to start with. We're not going to open everything up just yet. We've got some good sales already. If I just take the stuff that has expired, I did buy some extra gilded seaweed that I'm trying to get at a decent price, because I had to buy a fair amount of it to pay back my fellow bag seller. I managed to give them the money back, so that was a sale gladly returned, that one. Oh, you got the link, did you, Mushy? Let's have a look. There's a lot of interesting stuff coming up here. Shadowlands class updates. Here we go. There we go. Thank you very much for the hype train, everyone. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you indeed for that. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Here goes the emotes to everyone. There's some great emotes there. Hype frog, hype ghost, and hype chimp. You started a new challenge, and you can't believe the success of vendor mats on the Bruto. Sells a lot with level 20 tunes. Created 4 different tunes on 4 different servers. Started a challenge to how far you can go, starting with buying 1 silver things on the auction house to sell a lot to vendor, and then after 50 gold you started selling the Bruto materials. Already made 1000 gold on 2 of the servers. Very nice Metcat. It's a very simple, easy process to go through, and doesn't take a lot of time either. Dibby Twitch, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. I have a feeling you'll like this Linky guy a lot. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope these changes stick. Lion Court, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. We're just having a quick look at the class updates. I didn't get a chance to have a proper look at it before. But what have we got here? Death Knight. Don't really know much. But isn't there going to be something? General changes is chains of ice bind the enemies of all Death Knights. Sacrificial pact enables Death Knights to perform a forbidden ritual, sacrificing one of their undead minions. Neutralize with an anti-magic zone. So they've got Blood, Frost and Unholy. So as a Blood Death Knight, Blood type allows Death Knights to consume essence from slain enemies to generate the rune. I mean, I don't really know much about my Blood Death Knight to be able to know whether that's actually useful or not. And the same with Demon Hunter as a tank. The main one I was interested in was the priest side of things. Obviously, as a priest, I know more about that than anything else, and I was looking for stuff that would be useful for the holy priest. So it's saying basically where even though a holy priest excels in their connection with the light, they are still able to harness some shadow magic. So they're kind of like blending it a little bit more, so that holy priests can do a bit of shadow magic and shadow priests can do a little bit of light magic or holy magic. So it's going to be interesting spreading it out that way. In terms of holy, what have we got? With the protective veil of the Shadowlands shattered, the grace of Nara has slipped through and can be channeled by their most faithful. Circle of Healing is now a baseline spell for holy priests, freeing them up to master a new talent. In its stead, Prayer Circle. Prayer Circle empowers Circle of Healing, reducing the cast time of Prayer of Healing moderately for a short period of time when cast. So we currently have at the moment, where's Circle of Healing? It's one of these. It's probably not on my icon bar actually. Holy Word. I've got Prayer of Healing there. That's Halo. Do I even have it as a talent? Is the first question. Circle of Healing. No, I haven't got it as a talent. Heals a target and 4 injured allies within 30 yards. And at the moment, I've got Surge of Light, a passive. Healing spells and smite have an 8% chance to make your next flash heal instant and cost no mana. This is really useful for being able to spam flash heal as an instant spell. So I haven't got Circle of Healing, so that would be nice to have that as well. Like 5 minutes after logging in every day for 2 days. It's not long, is it, Medcat? It really works. If you got to choose between Fury or Arms Warrior, what would it be then? I have no idea when it comes to warriors. I've never ever played one. And one of the things they said at BlizzCon was to make you play your class foremost and your spec secondmost. With Legion, they kind of went a bit too much into the spec design. I see, so a bit more into sort of like a more kind of class-based, but you've got a bit of versatility rather than having to change spec all the time. I see. Did something wrong today? You put an anchor weed for 1 gold, then refresh the purchases page as much as possible. Suddenly you saw 1200 anchor weed for 1 gold each. You bought everything and then sold them all for 74 gold. 87,000 gold in profit. That's incredibly lucky, Jack and Neil. Fantastic. Use Circle of Healing more in raids. Oh, okay, Adriana, that would make more sense. And it's not an honest thing after 8.3. Well, I'm not sure, Metcat. I mean, it depends on how you've got your auction set up and if you're paying attention as you post things. Because even with a standard auction house, you can see quite clearly what everything else is listed at. So if we were to go here and look at something like Anchorweed, when you're posting it for sale, you can see the I haven't got any here at the moment, but you can see the price range of everything at the moment here when you're buying it. I'm assuming it's the same for when you're selling it. Let me just check that. I may be wrong. So let's say we just wanted to pop some gilded seaweave down. So you can see here the number of sellers and the number of items, so you can quite easily see when it's cheap and when it's not so cheap. So I'm trying to sell some gilded seaweave here at the higher price, rather than at 17 gold. I'm trying to keep the price up here at more like 25 gold, because I've got a bit of an excess of it. Please try right-clicking on a full server. As in the character selection thing, Medcat. Good evening, Torben. Hope you're doing well. Walking on the path to the dark side. The prices are shown after 5 seconds or something. Oh, really? Okay. I can see where you're coming from that. Okay. If you don't pay attention, it's like a planned way of buying things when someone sells something for 181 coin. For example, a bag. Exactly, Rose. I'm happy to report I have returned the money to the bag buyer, the mysterious bag buyer, with the auction house fee included as well. So they posted up some gilded seaweave for 200,000, so I gave it back to them. So I was my conscience is clear on that one. Quite easy when you're posting lots using that way of posting to not even look at the price. I can see how, if especially if it takes a while for this to pop up. Definitely. He said thank you. Someone of very few words, but I was glad to be able to return it, certainly. How long will I still be here? I'm going to go farm some mats for Philo Sands. Don't mind listening to me. I'm going to be here a while, Jamaican, until 10 o'clock UK time. So good 2.5 hours if possible. So we've got plenty to do. I was thinking of maybe doing a Mythic dungeon this evening, if people are interested. We've also got a few restocks to probably catch up on. There's a fair amount there that probably needs doing. I think I've done most of it. Crag scale seems to be my main problem at the moment. That's still really expensive. So if we clear... This is leather working. I haven't finished that queue yet. I think I've done most... Oh no, I haven't done most on him. Okay, we've got lots of accords. Critical strike, force multiplier. If we were to gather these up, we still need another 63 veiled crystals for that. So that's going to take me a little while to get. Let me see what I've got in terms of expulsum left at the moment. I have 139, so we could actually use our Honourable Combatant's Sorceress Scepter and use up some of that and use up some of our Umbra shards, which are looking like they're in a... No, it's still got 3,500 in the guild vault. Still got loads of those. So let's make, let's say 39. That's half of the stock nearly. Let's make 60 of them. And that should give me enough veiled crystals for a while, certainly. We need 63, so this will definitely give me enough. I'll just make all of those. I wonder if those guys posting one of every consumable at 500k earn something. I imagine from time to time they will get a sale, certainly. You screamed yes when you read the monk Touch of Death was coming back, and your window was open. You're kind of embarrassed now. Not at all. I think people are probably used to noises coming out of houses with everyone on lockdown. I'm sure it's quite normal nowadays. You waited for them to make Ret Pally great again. I've never played a Paladin. Is Ret the tanking spec? I can't remember. Solari, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. You have zero commitment on any class, sadly. Everyone knows what the Philosopher's Stone required to craft the Silosphere. It's any of the ones from any expansion, Scobble. So you could. I used, I think, the Warlords of Draenor one. So each, I'm not on this character, but each expansion of Alchemy has its own Philosopher's Stone. So you'll see in the tooltip it will say this counts as a Philosopher's Stone. So you've got a number of options of things you can craft there. Ret is DPS. Oh, right, okay. And you made a Paladin in this expansion. What expansion were they best? Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, okay. In Legion they were good. Then they got nerfed. Oh, that's a shame. It's a shame that some classes have their moment to shine, and then others sort of like dwindle. It's a never-ending balancing act, I imagine. So I can see how it's difficult to keep it going. This looks a little bit laggy here. I might have to go to Dalaran. Yeah, I think I'll change location. This is too laggy for disenchanting. Let's go somewhere a bit quieter. Cassette tape, good evening to you. Wow, that was bright. Let's just head on over to the section over here. There we go, next to a mailbox and everything else we need. And then let's carry on with our disenchanting. That's a little bit nicer. Just got watching a stream from 2 weeks ago. You're so far behind. No problem, cassette tape. Good to have you here, no matter which stage you're in. And the boring Brit, good evening to you. I'm sure you're not boring at all. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. You did the calculations on the wolf farm, and if you keep them all stocked, you get 254,000 in raw gold every month. That is a very solid amount of gold, Drizzling Rose, definitely. Trivial Gnome, good evening to you. Hope you're having a lovely evening so far. Lovely to have so many people here. You may notice I've got a few extra figurines next to me, next to Ragnaros. I've had a bit of a rearrange. They were on my shelf downstairs where no one could see them. And so we have this really cool, if you can see that, oh, there you go, Orc Shaman. Oh, can't see it there, which is really nice. Oh yeah, full screen. Hold on. Full screen. There we go. But it's all a bit loose at the moment, so you can't quite see everything. It's like all the various bits are a bit loose. There's a few broken pieces as well. These were passed to me second hand, so I thought that one was quite cool. And then we also have this rather awesome troll here, which is pretty cool. And then they're not on show. Well, I also have Sylvanus, and these are all very kindly donated to me by my son's DM. And is that Valeria? She's in the I can't remember where she's from. I've seen her in some of the cinematics. Valeria, yeah, that's it. Great for drawing. That's a good idea, actually. And a Draenei female warrior paladin. I'm not sure if it's Urel or anyone specific. I'm not sure about her. And I've also got from the Warcraft movie this guy, and it's Lorthmar, isn't it? Draenei Mage. There we go. And this guy. They're not quite as high quality, those ones, and I think the scale's a bit off. I got a few broken pieces of weapons and things and stuff that I have to glue back on. So they're all really cool though. I really like them. It's nice to have them. And like you said, actually good for drawing as well. Homework for Samadan: learn the names and classes of them. Yep, that's a good task for me. I'll see if I can do that. I'll try and remember. My son's the one that's really got all the lore and everything like that. He got Hogger as well, so he's got the favourite one. The deluxe Lady Vash one. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Was it Anduin from the Warcraft movie? It was Lothar, wasn't it? I can't remember. I've only seen the Warcraft movie once, I think it was. Maybe twice. I need to go and see it again. Our Anduin is named after Lothar. Oh, right. Lothar's first name was Anduin too. Oh, well, there we go. Thank you for the bit of lore update. I did too, Talkman. I thought it was a brilliant escape to fantasy, and I think they did a good job on it. I would like to see them do a more current timeline. That would be really nice. I'd love to see that. Yeah, it was nice seeing all the griffins and everything. It looks so powerful when Khadgar casts magic, yeah. Love to Warcraft 3 story. Yeah, it was it the actual Warcraft 3 story itself, wasn't it? People give it too much. It's not a masterpiece, but it's definitely good fun. Yeah, I'd like to see it again, definitely. It's on the list of films I'd love to see. Right, what else do we need? Oh, we need a whole load of gloom dust. So best thing for that is some more braces. I don't think that's going to cut it. 58 of them. I need some more tide spray linen. So let's just go over here and sort this one out. A bit. You've been typing more. Tide spray. Let's take a load of this. Starting to use up my stock of tide spray. I've got a huge stock of gilded seaweed now. I don't quite need as much of, but not a problem to have some anyway. Alright, 198 braces. Should I do that one? Yeah, let's make these. They shouldn't take too long. I'll let that run through. What else have we got on the class things here? So we've got words hard. I like that one, Rose. So discipline, I never really got to grips with that much in BFA. I did play it as solo, but when it came to healing, I struggled with the whole keeping atonements on people and then doing damage to try and heal people. And then I couldn't really, I never really worked out how to deal with big spikes in damage in terms of anticipating it. So I never really got my head around Discipline Priest. I know a lot of people think it's really, really good. So I wonder if these changes means I can maybe give it another go. Light's Caress, new ability that the most powerful disciples of the light can use, enabling Discipline Priest to heal their allies by blessing them with a power word barrier and healing them again if they're still under the barrier when it expires. Okay, so that's a nice sort of area heal, as long as people stay under it. And who dare to learn the darker magics can learn Shadow Covenant. This reimagined talent instantly heals a chosen hero and 4 other injured allies with a small area, and moderately increases the damage the priest deals for a short period of time, during which they cannot cast any holy spells. Okay, so that sounds a little bit like a area of effect Shadow Mend, so I could see how that could be useful. If you run towards Dalaran Tower, then the last door on your right, before the tower stairs, has a transmog NPC. Please fix the shoulder plates then. What's wrong with my shoulder plates? They're completely green and nothing to do with the rest of my outfit, except for maybe my belt. I'll have a look for you. We'll see if we can do something about that. I'm going to make a whole load of braces. Still got 86 to do, so let's carry on. Let's have a look at what Shadow has. So, in the realms of death, Shadow Priests will learn how to ascend to the peak of their power with a new talent, Death and Madness. Each time a target dies after being slain with Shadow of Death, Shadow Priest gains a substantial amount of insanity over a few seconds. In addition, Shadow Word Death resets, instantly ready to use on the next victim. Surrender to Madness returns with a wicked twist. On use, the Shadow Priest instantly gains a huge spike of insanity and casts Void Eruption on the target over a long duration. Has Surrendered to Madness gone now? I didn't realise that had actually gone. Instantly generating a bit. I never used it because I didn't like the idea of dying at the end. You can cast your spells whilst moving. Well, that's quite nice. However, this power comes at a terrible price. If the caster fails to slay their target during the buff window, they succumb to the shadows and die. Right, okay, so you literally just got to do it when you know they're going to die at the end. Okay. That's not too bad. You've got to make sure that you time it right so that they die, though. Right, so I'm going to disenchant all of these greens because I need the gloom dust for my enchants. Might as well get a load of these on. Just ready for... it's weaker now. Does 90% of your HP when it ends. Okay, Wolfrock, thank you for that. It's weaker now, but it won't kill you in BFA. Right, okay. Right, that's quite good at the moment. You made 1,000 braces. That's a big lot to go through. I've done that myself many a time, Mushy. It's quite the processing time, certainly. Halfway scrapping. Okay, that's not too bad then. You got yourself a good way through it. You like the theme of killing you? I do, but from the problem I have with it is it's not quite practical really if you're always dying. 27 scrap and then comp stop. Right, let's carry on through all of this. I'm going to get a fair amount of gloom dust through doing this, so that should be alright. Kuhn did all his comp stomps, didn't he? I missed his opening stream of them. As long as it's a talent and you have the chance to pick something else, you think it's okay. Good evening, Gwylyn, how are you? Thanks for stopping by, good to have you here. But if it was mandatory it would stink. Yes, I think so. I think it's nice to have options, certainly. And I would only really use it if I knew I wasn't going to die at the end of it, ideally, or that I knew that someone was going to res me afterwards. If I could use it for a big burst of damage right when you needed it. I guess that's what it's really there for, isn't it? I haven't played Shadow in a long time. I think the last time I played Shadow was when I was soloing through Legion. That was when I played Shadow last. And then I dabbled between Discipline and Holy at the end of Legion, and then most of BFA was spent soloing as Discipline, and now only recently, since I've been doing more groups and things, have I moved over into Holy. I like Holy. It's nice that the shadow stuff's coming through to it so that I could maybe solo some stuff a bit more with a bit more damage. That would be nice. But I'd also like to get to know some of my other classes a little bit better in terms of their abilities, rather than just button mashing, which I do at the moment. You did think about the anchor bag today, and instead of tailoring, but with tailoring, you make 400 gold per day on an alt, and the herb cooldown is 800 gold, but the mass costs 200 to 300 gold, so it's not really worth it. That's fair enough. Have I ever raided? No, Scopple, not like properly, other than LFR. I did quite a lot of LFR raids in Legion because I needed to try and get the enchanting rank 2 and 3 recipes. I don't think I've actually raided LFR at all. in BFA at all. And I ever raided when I was playing way back at the beginning, because I just simply could not have the time to dedicate to that, as I had young children at the time. You leveled as holy, cannot get away with shadow. I would say leveling as holy, you've got a lot of survivability. It just takes a little bit longer, certainly. You prefer to use a disenchant macro over the TSM destroy button because of the lag. It does make a small difference, but I've got it bound to my scroll wheel macro, and as long as I'm somewhere like Dalaran, for me, I don't mind it too much. It does still get stuck from time to time, which can be a little bit infuriating. But yes, I know a lot of people do use the macro method. Is a true PvP arena rating of 3,200. I've got no idea even what that arena rating is, but it sounds good. You've only played Shadow on your main, really, Solara? You made 6,000 cards of Omen today. Please send help. That is a lot of cards, Rose. I hope you had fun whilst doing it. Although you do have it on your scroll wheel, so it's quite easy. Right, we should, I think, have plenty of gloom dust with all of this. But I'm just going to disenchant a whole load a bit more. We'll get all these restocks and we'll just quickly run through our gold maintenance on each of the characters, and then we can decide what we're going to do next. You're still doing it. You've got 6 alts left to craft on. Wow, okay. Good luck with that one. Yeah, I think one of my next plans will be to... Oh, looks like some auctions have expired. Is to try and get to know my my alts a bit better, especially with Shadowlands. My auction of square brackets has sold for 6,000 gold. I have no idea what that was. My guess at 6,000 gold, it is going to be a piece of uncanny gear. That would be my guess on that one. Bone Arrow, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Got a really itchy nose tonight. Excuse me. There we go. Can I just get a 2/3 reward awards per day? 2 or 3 awards per day for the chef's hat. That's pretty much as far as I know, Pashas. I think you can try and go to some of the other capitals, but I'm not sure whether you can get any more that way. I would check the cooking area of each capital city and see if you can get any more. But I've got a feeling it's just the 2 or 3. One of them gives 2 as a reward, and then one of them gives 1. I think you can also go to Shatrath as well. I think Shatrath might have a cooking daily you can go to. Tomorrow is time walking time to level, so alts to 120 if they're not there yet. What have you got time walking wise? It's is it Kata? Yeah, Cataclysm time walking. Okay, that could be interesting. I might give that a go. We've also got coming up Children's Week coming up soon. So dust off your chocolate cakes and save up your small eggs. You might be able to get a few decent sales there as well. Right, I bet you have got a load of braces in the mail, so let's just deal with those. We've got some expires as well. Let's take those out. And then let's take the other bits and pieces here. A few extra braces. I might actually send these over to Earthen for scrapping, I think, because I've got enough gloom dust now anyway. Where's the best place to farm Winter's Kiss? Yeah, Drustvar I'd say would be a good area because it's nice and open, and so you've got a lot of easy spots for it there. Kata is the hardest one though, is it really? Bullywolf, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you here. Right, I need to send that across. Groups, send to Earthen. That's all that not going over, and then I'll disenchant the... Yeah, we've got some uncanny gear there. Let's post that lot on. So auctioning, run post scan. I need to sort out my my groups. I've got multiple groups on, which is why we're getting this not enough items in bags. That's some uncanny gear on. Various other bits and pieces. That's fine. And then we'll disenchant this lot, get a few more veiled crystals, then we can make a whole load of stuff that's on our list, which should be good. You're going to finally level your rogue tomorrow, so you can open all the lockboxes you've gotten over the course of BFA. Nice. I did that when I first got Samadan, and I had so many lockboxes saved up for such a long time. It was nice to just collect them all up and open them all. You've been focusing on uncanny gear, 6 to 10k each. They do sell at the moment, especially with the XP buff, certainly. Getting all the reputations up on alts is such a pain. It can be, certainly. But remember, that barrier to you is also a barrier to other people. And if you're willing to put that work in, then you can reap the benefits. Right, so we need some Arcana from the Guild Bank. I think I also need to get some Blood of Sargeras from the looks of things. So we might have to check the words, the Legion Order Hall, and the map to see if there's anything we can do there. There we go, got that. Det, good evening to you. Hope you're having a lovely evening so far. And go over to TSM. Blood of Sargeras, we need 2. Okay, so let's have a look. Legion Order Hall, just in case there's Fate of the Fallen. Aha! Elite Strike Centinex. We need this for some Chaos Crystals. Will be good to do. So let's go over and start that one up. Let's start with that one. Come level up BFA inscription and create a Scroll of Unlocking. But isn't that a consumable, the Scroll of Unlocking? The main thing I like about having a rogue is it doesn't use anything up, it doesn't cost anything. It's great when you finish work and see me screaming. That's not good. Streaming, yes. It's good to be here as well. Yeah, I would say it's probably easier that way as well. So, Elite Strike Centinex, 7,500 nether shards. Let's get that going. Cost 1,000 resources though. We've got 4,800, so that's okay. We'll keep that one off. Oh, I miss this order hall. It's really nice. Let's go see if we've got any Blood of Sargeras world quests we can do. Yeah, it's a good reason to level them. So, a couple of Blood of Sargeras. It'd be nice if there's a 10 one somewhere. Let's have a look. Broken Arms. There's an Assault on. I didn't get that add-on yet. With an Assault on, I can go over with... How long it's got left? 4 hours 32. With that, I can go and get El Morte leveled up a little bit more, perhaps. Don't see... Where's the Blood of Sargeras? There's only one single Blood of Sargeras at the moment. So I might have to leave that craft, whatever it was. The order halls were great. Not all, but most. Yeah, I'd love to go back and do them all. Let's just have a quick look. No, that's not going to be any good to me. I want to go here to my crafting. So the enchant cloak needs the 2, so I can't make that at the moment. In terms of the other things, nether weave bag and the cooking stuff, let's add that into my gathering because it's not in there yet. Cooking and tailoring. So auction house, guild bank, vendor. Okay, let's reopen the task list up. Let's have a look. Cooking crafts, we can make that. Buy from vendor, we can do that. Just close that down again, open up again, then click buy. Visit the guild bank, so let's get our flying shoes on and head back over to the guild bank. And then we've got some stuff to buy on the auction house. Depends on the price of them. Coal Tiramisu is telling me it's cheaper to buy it on the auction house than it is to craft it. So we'll move rune thread and the netherweave cloth over. Then let's go check the auction house. I'd like to get back to your starting zone. Felt nice. We'll do this. Let's go on to level ground. Right, buy from the auction house. What have you got? What kind of price is everything? Aromatic fish oil we'll get from our fish itself. I'm not going to pay 24 gold for that. That's way too expensive. Moist fillet, even though it's 48 silver, that's okay. I'm going to buy up all of that at that price, just so I've got some extra. Red tail loach is expensive, but it's 86% of my mat cost of 70, so I'll take it at that price. In fact, I'm going to buy all 238 at that price. Do I actually have any in the guild bank? No, I don't. Okay, so I'll buy that then. It's very expensive. There we go. I have some actual spare fish crozet that I'm going to use for my oil, because the fish isn't particularly cheap. And so this coal tiramisu at 4 gold cost me 4 gold 47 to actually make. So I need 10. So I'll buy the 8. I'll take that. I wonder if I could push the price of these up a little bit. What's my crafting cost? 447. Yes, I'll just take them at 4 gold. That'll be fine. That will do me fine. And then we'll head on over here. And I'll just pick up, what do I need? 2 aromatic fish oil. So I'll go to my spare fish slot here. Puzzle, thank you very much for the follow. Because I've got loads of slimy mackerel here that I've got no other use for at the moment. So I'm just going to take 2. Pop them in my bags. And then I can make a couple of aromatic fish oil that way. Okay, so next on the list, your fish on Shadow Song tomorrow. Okay, fantastic, thank you. So we've got still 2 more to buy from the auction house on Coal Tiramisu. Let me just have a look. Let's pick up my purchases. I'm sure I got more than I needed. No, I still need to get 1. Let's borrow this auction house whilst it's here. Scanning. Scan for Coal Tiramisu. 470s. See, we're 470 now. I might actually be better off making one at that price. So we'll go over to our cooking. We need to make 1 Mondazi anyway. So let's queue up Coal Tiramisu. 2 of those. And 1 Mondazi. And then we're going to need a bit more aromatic fish oil for that, another couple of those. So let's just go and deal with those whilst I'm here. You made 24,000 gold in 1 session, no hunter. What were you doing in your session, Mushy? Did I miss something from earlier? No. Your 3rd priest has 25,000 gold in their bags, and you have no memory of ever withdrawing it from the guild bank. Well, it's going to be used for something. Let's take that lot. I'll take a chunk of it, and then we'll make a whole load of aromatic fish oil. Might as well give ourselves a bit of a stock. There we go. Just spam my right click for a minute. Sell some enchants and comp stomp. 11 hours straight, but Hunter has it all, you think? Okay, going to make enchants with a monk now. Fair enough. Ooh. Some stuff has expired. I need to deal with that in a moment. Lots of stuff expiring. The real Jin, how are you? Excuse me. There we go. That's better. You have 300 crystals. Need to make some enchants too. Yes, definitely at that price. Right, a load of stuff has expired here. So let's deal with that. Got lots of stuff going on here. So expires. We'll deal with all of those. Bag space, we're running low on bag space. I've got a lot of gloom dust here. We need to make some things as well. We need to buy some stuff from the vendor. Now, or actually thinking about this, I need to make my cold tiramisu first and my mondazi. Otherwise we're going to end up... That's not the vendor. I need a vendor. Let's go this way. And we'll buy our frothy coffee. Then we'll use our cooking first now. So I need to make a mondazi. We need a pierre. So there you go. And a couple of cold tiramisu. Did I make the other one? There we go. And then I can make this that uses up those. And that way I won't be posting that cold tiramisu and the mondazi on the auction house when I actually need to keep hold of it. So that's at least made. I might as well make the enchanting and everything else here at the moment. I need some bolts of netherweave to go through. So we'll do that as well. Let that run through. Nice steady. No problem, life goes on. We're making nice steady daily progress. 3 to 5k profit. Over 100k gold for the first time ever. Excellent, Calamity. You're well on the way then. Fantastic. Is there a list or link you have of how to get started gold making from scratch? Just got back after a long break to play Classic. Feel behind and kind of lost on getting started making money. Imminent state. What could I suggest? I don't have a link or anything for getting started. I mean, I've got a list of how to get started with TSM itself. If you want to learn the add-on. But if you're not sure of how you want to make your gold, it may not be useful to you. One thing I might suggest is if you have a look at the Worth It add-on by Dala GG, that has a lot of suggestions of things you could do to get started and what the prices are for your server. It takes a little bit of setting up, and you do need TSM to make it work because it takes the prices off of that, but that might be useful to you. Wow, I just want to say that my guides are great, and I've been working to get your Longboy before Shadowlands. Struggling to sell anything though. Even Zenithid, which you know is in high demand, can't seem to sell as well as other materials. Not sure what you could potentially be doing wrong, but it makes it kind of frustrating. I can imagine it does. I'm assuming you might be on quite a popular server, or one that's got some very sort of determined sellers on it, and you might be competing with them. My only suggestion really is to try posting at different times, like really early in the morning. Usually works quite well for me. You might be able to find some niches of time slots that work out for you. Bolt of netherweave, create those. If only you could do daily cooldowns on your monk ults for fractured crystals. Yeah, gold making is definitely a lot of fun. Enchanting and selling herbs seems to be the winner. Oh, fantastic. Need to be brave, trying to flip herbs or something else so you don't have to farm. I mean, you can get a good idea on prices on your server just through looking at it several times. Bolt, I want netherweave bags next. Don't think I got them here. Frostweave bag. Can't see them. Let's go to TSM4. There we go. So you sell enchants on 10s on each. What's my rationale behind it? Simply so that I have enough in stock. It depends on the items that have got a high sell rate. I mean, I could increase that to maybe 15 enchants at a time, because it does look like people are buying them in bulk, and I seem to sell them all in one go. And maybe it's people resetting the market. Gathering is definitely the easiest. A druid with herb and mining, that's a good idea. You're on Whisperwind, which is a high pop. Okay. Try the morning time, that might help. Yeah, hopefully that will. Right, netherweave bags are done, so that's everything crafted. So we can get rid of the task list. Let's go post this lot on. Then we can at least get a few sales, hopefully. We've got a load of stuff that's also expired, so we need to go and list that on as well. You're not sure it's resets. You often seem to have 5 to 8 sales of each enchant too from multiple buyers. Maybe it's just the fact that they're in that much high demand then, the real Ginny. Maybe. But yeah, I do seem to sell like the whole lot of 10. So maybe it's just when I've cancelled and reposted them on, that's when I get the sales. Maybe I ought to up my stock count. Instead of 10, maybe I ought to up it to 15. Is my server a very popular server? I mean, is it easy to sell stuff in the auction? I like the balance it has. It's not a full pop server by a long stretch of the imagination. It's about medium pop as far as I can tell. For me, it's the right balance between popularity and decent profit margins. I mean, a lot of things are quite expensive on this server, so like materials and things. So it's great for if you're into farming things. It's you can make a lot of money for your time that way. Silas Proc's been so mean to me for the last 2 days. Oh, I know the feeling that I think I went a whole week with barely a Silas Proc, and it drove me mad. Let's place that on him. Yep, great t-shirts. The Star Wars one. This t-shirt is a ghost one, but are you talking about QWERTY, Kami-sama? Okay, time works on WoW like this. Morning all the multi-boxes, people who do herding mining at all night, post the auctions at minimum price in general, and all the big bosses in the server collect those herbs and sell those later in the evening at 8 to 9 PM. If you post in the morning, you won't get any profit probably. Try on Wednesdays before raid time to maximise your profit. That's a good idea actually. You're happy that prices crashed a bit on Zenithid. It used to go for 35 to 40 and now it's at 29. Multi-boxes won't go for it too much, too bad. That one at 10 AM still does. That's a good price, 35 to 40. It's a bit higher for me at the moment. Funny to have a monk-themed t-shirt and name it T-shirt. There's a lot of really good puns and stuff like that, definitely. Haven't picked a single flower or mined a single ore during your push for the Brutosaur. Excellent. I think that's the way to go sometimes. Do whichever is fun for you. So the Greater Flask rank 3s don't require reputation. I can't remember now. They're the work orders, aren't they? Yes, they are the work orders. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite relatively simple to do for those ones. Right. What was I doing? Expires. There we go. I've got to remember what I'm doing every time. I keep forgetting. Glorfandelito, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope I got your name right. Do you think herbalism and alchemy is a good combo to start with? And what professions do you suggest for alts? Definitely, herbalism and alchemy is a good combination. I have that on Awakening My Druid. In terms of alts, inscription's working out quite well for me. I would suggest enchanting and tailoring and leatherworking make a good trio combination if you want to do the Bracer Super Shuffle. Finally caught a stream of it. Well, it's good to have you here. Welcome on board. You know people who buy 10 million worth of Zenithid in the morning to get 12 million in the evening. That's a big lot of purchases. But if it means profits, it means profits. Did I post everything on? Don't think I did. There we go. How does cloth farming work? You're also a tailor that's struggling to make the uncanny stuff work for you. In terms of getting decent prices, that's unusual because I buy all my cloth and I can get really good prices on my uncanny gear, but obviously that's my server and prices will vary on your own. But you do have to have for cloth gathering, you need to have, no, it's not in here, Spellbook and abilities, professions. You need to have the cloth scavenging passive ability that you get in Wrath of the Lich King. That's definitely worth it. And then you also need your tools of the trade, which is the synchronous thread, which also gives you a Colterian and Zanzalari cloth will drop more often in the world. That's another useful thing to have. There you go, as Rose just said as well. PM Brown, thank you very much for the follow. How do you get the passive in Wrath of the Lich King? I don't rightly remember. It's been such a long time since I got it. My guess would be to go to Old Dalaran and visit the tailor. There we go. Rose has just said exactly the same thing. It's that easy. There you go. Just get it from the trainer. Brilliant. There we go. What else did I miss? Recommend taking herb mining on one character, then alchemy inscription on another. That's a good suggestion in terms of like one character is doing the gathering, and then alchemy and inscription, because they both use herbs, you can end up buying a lot of herbs for that character and feeding into either profession. I was tempted to do that with Awakening, but now that I've got inscription on Samadan, I don't really want to change it. I'm more likely to probably change one of Samadan's herbalism profession to something else. Maybe engineering, I'm not sure. Oh no, it was going to be... No, dual crafting's now on Nadamas, isn't it? Right. I think I've done everything here on Samadan, and we just sold a force multiplier. Fantastic. So, let's move on. Let's quickly run through our characters. Awakening still has a little bit of the Silas buff left, so we'll have a quick look. We'll do a check to see if there's anything sold. If there is, we'll do a restock, and if not, we'll do a cancel scan and see if there's anything we need to buy. For tools of the trade, yes, you do need to be level 120, and you need to have the skill profession up to 150 at least. We've had some sales come through already, that's good. Check what's on at the moment, various bits and pieces, and then we'll check here and go to TSM. Do we need to restock? Not gathering, crafting, groups, restock. No, we're okay there. So we'll check to see if we can get a Silas proc. So we've got 4 minutes left. Continuous curing we've got at the moment. Okay, so that's no good to us. So let's do a cancel scan and then do a repost of this lot. How do you even get to Old Dalaran now? It's in the portal room, Calamity. You should be able to get to Crystal Song Forest from there. It's also much easier to keep sending all your herbs to the same character rather than splitting them between multiple. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, cancel that lot. I'll try and do this quickly. There we go. Run the cancels. I may still have a few minutes left next time I log in. Not at this speed though, I won't. Down to 3 minutes. That's off, and then post those back on. So I won't spend long on this character, literally just enough to repost everything on. Cancel and repost. Just the Silas ones here. I've got some transmog and bits and pieces that I'll just leave for the moment. Alright, quickly off here. On to the next character. We'll leave the gold here for the moment. And I'll do the same with Samadan. I'll cancel any inscription I've got on at the moment because that's quite a competitive market. Is it just your server? Are cursed haunches quite hard to find on the auction house? I have no idea what a cursed haunches is for. I've never checked myself. Oh, we've got loads of sales already. 41,000 already. That's really good. Battle Shout, Intellect. Okay, looks like we might need to restock here. Let's run a cancel scan. What was the cursed haunches? Let's have a quick look.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Cursed haunch. Is this the one? Have 11 and 12. Not sure what it's used for. Region sale average is 7 gold. But there are a few available on my server if that's any use to you. Let's just go carry on with that cancel scan. I missed a couple of things there. Fears was taken. Just a quick question. I've been using your old string imports for quite some time, and noticed you've uploaded the new strings. Been having some problems with the crafting because most of the groups are missing the crafting operation. Any idea if it might be a problem from your TSM, or is the string imported actually missing something? I'm not sure with the old ones. Have you updated to the new ones? Is that what you're saying? And they're not working? I'm not sure exactly. I haven't tested them myself, so it could well be something wrong. Although I do know that someone's at least tried one. Now that I've experienced an inscription, do you think the scribe always has to be your main to get the contracts for gold making from natural rep progression? I think it would be useful if you were going to use the contracts, because you have to go out of your way to get the reputation. But then I like having enchanting on my main, and I wouldn't want to have inscription and enchanting really, although that might make quite a good combination. Not a great way to make gold. It depends if you're at the if you're at the cutting edge of the reputation when the new one comes in and you can do the contracts. Yeah, you upgraded the new ones from 8.3 and most crafting ops are missing. Oh right, okay. I don't know if Fears was taken. I'll have a look and see if there's something that's missing on there. But if in doubt, I guess go back to the old ones for the moment, or swap to another profile or a backup. I don't know for sure off the top of my head, because I just literally exported them from what I've got here and assumed that TSM will be able to import them straight back in. Done cancelling. Let's do that one. I'm going to change your main to alchemy and inscription. You think that's not a bad idea? I don't like to change professions myself because I like to keep all the work that I've already put in, and I don't like the idea of losing that work. Mistweaver and Beckenstein, thank you both for the follow. Still has herb alchemism, but got a druid for the gathering. Okay. Once by gold often says the best profession for your main is skinning and tailoring, since their mats is dependent on killing things, and mains are often your best geared character. That's I can understand the thinking behind that, certainly, because you are always I mean, killing things quickly is always a good thing. I'm not sure whether I'd want those particular ones on my main, because it doesn't seem as much fun of all things, if that makes sense. It's something I like to have on an alt, and I like to do something more powerful on my main, especially if it does require a fair amount of reputation. Going to level a Demon Hunter for skinning with its AoE and easy grinding. Yeah, Demon Hunters are good. Personally, you have what you think is coolest anyway. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. What makes a sense to me. When did I last update my strings? It was whatever date there is on the paste bin. It was a good month or so after 8.3 came out. They're relatively recent. Right, so I've done all of that. We've done all of that. But as I said earlier, I'm not sure they're tested, and if they're not working, do let me know. So now we need to restock. All scrolls of intellect. We need some crimson ink, which means we need some cheap herbs. So let's go shopping. What have we got cheap herb wise? What perhaps do you suggest for a brand new toon on a new server? Dual gathering, I would say, especially if you're leveling up Mavora. I would say either skinning and herbalism or mining and herbalism, just to give you some starter gold. If you're merely you loot and skin teachers near you easily, but if you're ranged, you won't bother to go too far to skin. Yeah, that's a good thing to remember, actually. Cheap herbs. Well, let's have a look. 8 gold is about as cheap as I can get at the moment. So I'll take those star moss at that price. And then we've got some Winter's Kiss at 8 gold. I'll take those as well. That's about as good as I can get, and we're down to 387 gold. So there's not a lot more we can do here, unless we start taking a couple of these out just to refund my my gold for the week. So let's go Mass Mill. What have we got? Mass Mill, Winter's Kiss, 3 of those. And Mass Mill, Star Moss. Did I read that? 30 gold per crimson ink. Yeah, it's expensive on the auction house. It says crafting cost 31 gold. Did I update my cost? No, it shouldn't be. Distilled water, mat cost is still saying 13. Crimson pigment is... Min buyout is telling me that is 99. This is based on my market prices of these, I think. This I did with Belisonixia's string, was the last time I did these. Crafting cost is there, 21 silver. Crimson ink, yeah, that does say 31 gold. According to that, region market average is 53. So that seems normal, I think. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't be. I need to go and get some distilled water though. From comparing with the region market prices, unless there's something I am missing. So distilled water, let's get 2 stacks. Probably need more than that. Let's get another 3. Get me up to 1,000. There we go. But TSM thinks completely wrong. Crimson pigment is 99 gold on your server. Okay, that's a lot. Let's have a look at inscription again. So basically the price of crimson ink comes from, I have the string here in my crafting reports, materials, crimson ink comes from, now that's the default, crimson, yeah, that's the one for crimson pigment. It's got the Belis string on it. Should I have done that on the ink? Let me just double check that. Let me just check Myro. You just manually check cost. So let's have a look. Let's just go to my Myro board. Sign in. Now I'll share it as soon as I've gone to the board. I'll show you the link to it. The ink is only 35 gold though. Yeah, because these are about the same, but one ink, let me just check. Ink comes from 1 pigment and 1 distilled water, so it's only an extra 13 copper on top of it, so they should be about the same. Yeah. 1 scroll costs 240 gold to 8 ink at 30. You spend 10,000 gold and get 333 pigments, so that makes 30 gold per ink. Right, so this is the Reddit post that I used for my pricing of my ink. It was my ink that I set this for. No, it was pigment. So using strings with the value of the herbs you know, the final string for the material price for all 3 pigments should look like this. So this is the DB market of each of those. So the post is here. I'll copy this into chat if you want to take a copy of it. Oh, I got the emote in there. Choo choo hype. Hold on, let me take that one off. There we go. Let's post that one in. Min between DB min buyout and the mat price of is that Xenonthid times 100 divided by 61. This is used for maroon, I guess. Did you look that one up, Matt? Because we were talking about that last time, weren't we? Because I didn't have one for the maroon ink. I hadn't worked it out. So unless I'm working out something wrong, let me see if I can work something out. So 200 green inks are 10k, no more, no less. Complete waste of time. In your simple system, spend 10 and divide it by your maroon inks. Okay, was Trax using that string? So I know Trax did one where he was changing the price of the herbs, which Rasheen was telling me not to do because then that will mess up everything for my alchemy as well, which I can understand. But yes, I would do that for Xenonthid. That's the string you use, and it seems to be right. Okay, let's try that. Minimum DB min buyout, mat price divided by 61. So I don't know the stats on this one, but let's have a look. Let's try it out. So we are looking. So is this the price we put in for maroon ink or the maroon pigment? The maroon pigment itself, I guess, comes from the milling of that. So yes, it will be the maroon pigment. So we go here and we look at maroon. So maroon pigment is currently saying 66 gold, which is the convert probably of DB market here. So if I change that, that now goes up to 79 gold. Okay. So you can see what TSM thinks is the scroll cost. You need to give me time to look. But I click. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mushy. Let me go back. So we're looking at the price of a scroll. Say, War Scroll of Battle Shout has a TSM crafting cost of 255 gold from 8 crimson inks. And the min buyout is currently at 300 gold. Region market average is 281, so it's a 45 gold profit. So on your 30 gold per ink. So how do you get your 30 gold per ink? Let's have a look again. Conan's, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go up. 200 green inks are 10 gold. One scroll cost 240. So you spend 10,000 gold. Do something here. Now cost 30 each. Yes, but he thinks that the green and blue ink is worth anything, and that is useless. I see. So you're literally going on you're discounting the ultramarine and the viridescent ink because you're not really using them that much. Creatives, Merry Christmas to you too. I haven't got the beard bauble, so it's definitely not. Yeah, so you're not using them. So I can get that. What I wanted to do though is find a use for all of them. It's a bit like me having the excess Umbra shards. I still include those in my price. So maybe I need to come up with something different. Thank God you're not a scribe yet. You sell them to the vendor. You gave up. I'm going to see if I can find something for this, because there's a lot of ultramarine ink, certainly. Same thing with like Umbra shards. You make sinister offhands, then disenchant them. Yeah, I was thinking that, Miss Lucy. Rasheen was telling me something similar. So it uses the blue and the green inks. So maybe I need to come up, a bit like I did with the bracer shuffle, maybe I need to come up with a cost that includes all of that one. You make them, then you shower out, then you sell them. 10,000 to the vendor and the red. And your red ink is so expensive. As a result, because you're using that sort of conversion. Okay. It's an interesting theory, definitely. I'm going to have to come up with something, I think. I'm going to have to come up with something when I understand all the materials and what I'm going to use them for. Because the Sinister doesn't use red. Okay. What have we got in terms of... We got Honourable, Combatant, Sinister, Notorious and Uncanny. I'll wait until this is finished and we'll have a look at them. So Sinister uses Ultramarine and Viridescent and 3 Expulsum because I've only got rank 1 on that one. Honourable uses the Crimson, obviously that's not good. And then that uses the Maroon and the Uncanny uses the Maroon. So yes, the Sinister would be better. I'm going to need some more Marks of Honour to get the rank 2 and 3 on that one though. Luckily, Earthen has some. So if I made those vessels and then disenchanted those on Samadan, then I will use up my spare Ultramarine and Viridescent ink as long as I've got the Expulsum. And then Samadan could give bracers as trade for the Expulsum. So that would work. So you could maybe get a system going where you include this in with everything else with the Bracer Super Shuffle. But I'll have to work out the prices of everything. I'll have to come up with some weird formula that does everything. Yeah, I think as you're saying, Miss Juicy, it's a good way of making use of spare materials you have. Blue and green's worth less than 50 silver each. So that could be a good use for you then, Mushy, if you've got spare. That's the main thing really, is making use of your spare materials, and then the hard part here is finding a value for them. I've got some on the guild bank, have I? Okay, let's go over and have a look at that. Guild bank. Going the wrong direction for a minute though. Right, okay. It looks like I could do with doing a big bit of theory crafting on all of that. Crimson, where is it? Down here. Why have I got some crimson ink in here? That's odd. No idea why I had some there. There we go. Gons JJ, thank you very much for the follow. And Kaido, good evening to you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Am I hyped for Alpha Shadowlands? I would love to get on it, definitely. I would very much like to try out Alpha Shadowlands. We've been looking at the class changes for priests earlier. Very exciting. It should be good, definitely. I still feel like I'm not ready yet. I still got lots of things I want to do in BFA. That's my main problem at the moment. But then we get to the final point. It costs 10 times more time than doing it than leatherworking. That's a very good point, Mushy. Although, if you're having to use that time to get your crimson ink anyway, then I guess that's not really necessary from that point of view. So there's options there as well.
merchant to trade.
Right, let's get that. We'll post this on for now. So contracts, war scrolls, let's get those on. They cost you 2 hours a day to make the blue ink. Oh yes, of course, because then you still got to make the ink from it, haven't you? It's too much time making green and blue inks for you as well. Yes, I see. But you can AFK craft inks now that I'm working from home. So as long as you can do that and your time is less effectively used up, there's options, but you already AFK craft the reds, yeah, and the bracers, yeah. There's so much to do. We need multiple characters and multiple accounts. Right, I'll leave Samadan for the moment. Lots done there. Only so much time in the day, definitely. You may AFK crafting up to a point though. This is true. Then you'll just time out anyway. Now, Earthen had a crag scale dilemma. Crag scale is amazingly expensive. I don't know. I want to AFK disenchant. Yeah, that would be nice. Did you miss the custom price for Crimson Ink? We were using one that we were using this one. DB min buyout. The map price, I'm thinking that Zenithid times 100 divided by 61. I haven't tested that one myself, so I'm literally going from second-hand information here. But it seemed to increase my price by a little bit. So I was here in Najatar. I was thinking these Fathom Ray Broodkeepers would be good for crag scale, but maybe maybe not. Maybe it's the... Where are these unshackled? I don't want that. Where's the... I am thinking of the right place, am I? Where are the... Scared Cow, thank you very much for the follow. Any suggestions on how to make use of Expulsum on an alchemy and herbalism character? The only thing I'm using the Expulsum for is making the uncanny gear at the moment. The Wolves in the Vale in New Pandaria. Is that good for me if I'm not very high item level? I'm only 371. Random thought, how's the PM? I have no idea actually. Apparently it was stable last night and comfortable. So as far as I know, everything was okay. Does anyone have a session? Oh, we did that one. Yes. Not it's sold in the auction house. You just use them yourself. Okay. There are some. I know. I looked it up though. There was the in Oldham. No, not Oldham. Pandaria. In is it Vale? I haven't got a map of it, unfortunately. I think it's up here somewhere. In this corner. You stopped farming it, you drown in it now. That would be nice. At the moment, it's really expensive on my server, and I was going to see if there was somewhere I could easily farm it from. I thought these were supposed to be quite good. These brood things. But I don't know for sure. There we go, we've got some extras in here. I think these coral skates, if we add those in, might give me some crag scale. Maybe. So I'm thinking I can skin these little ones as well. Let's have a look. This gives me some crag scale. Not that one. So I get a little bit of crag scale this way. That could work. That's how uneconomical it would be for you to skin them yourself. Exactly. So I thought about those from these Fathom Ray Brood Keepers as an option. You have to wait for them to summon the new things, and look out for some others, I think. Can't see any others coming here. Don't want to do any AoE attacks at the moment. Oh, there we go. There's some extra ones. Let's do the coral skates. Didn't get so many that time in terms of skinning. Only one, in fact. None of those can be skinnable. Okay, maybe not. The turtles and the crabs aren't bad for crag scale too. The ones down at the down here I could probably do, couldn't I? There's a steamy situation on at the moment, so maybe with that world quest on, that could be useful. There's a load of coral skates there, and a load of crabs. Sandclaw crabs, would they? Are the crabs? Let me just test this out. Do crabs do crag scale? Let me check. No. Let's go further on. The brutes, the slavers, the hulks, tides. Tide surges won't do me any good here. And I don't want to do the big hulks. Maybe not those. Both rank 2 and Skin Dredge Leather rank 2 skinning technique crag scale are dropped by Volkoth, so you had to kill him twice to get both recipes because you can only loot one of them from one kill. Alright. Got any chum in my bag? That's a good question. I've got the scrying stone. I may have some in the bank. Hydras in the turtle area is usually best. Okay, thank you, Daduka. I also heard, isn't there a cave in here somewhere? Let's try that out. I did hear there was a cave under here. I may be wrong on this. Let me just test this one out. Commander Bond, good evening to you. You like the deep tide frenzies in Little Lake in Tides Fall. They drop a lot of crack scale and they respawn quickly. Okay, this was the one I was thinking of. Nuka Wow. This one here, wasn't it? Go along here. Tide. I haven't got blacksmithing yet, no. I would like to pick it up. Tide Spray Falls. Now, where was it?
Ashara must answer for her crimes.
There was a cave somewhere. Cave underwater. Coral Slitherers. Where's an underwater cave? Chum. Okay, thank you, Mashi. Let's see. I have... No, I don't have any on me, but thank you. It's so nice to have this comforting, relaxing time to look forward to. Fantastic. Around Ashen Strand. So I need to go further south, down there. That's time for revenge. Abyssal Eels. Is it? Ah, this could be it. Deep Tide Frenzies. Here we go. It's all this lot, isn't it? I think let's just see if I can actually kill them. Yep, that's it. Okay. Let's try. Don't know how quick I am at killing things like this. Finray, and it's skinnable, gives me crag scale. That's fantastic. Okay, let's try that. There's a treasure chest down here, I think. Can't click on it though. That's unfortunate. Let's aggro a few of these at the same time. Guess I can do this with that on. We'll try this. Trouble is, fighting things in water is quite tricky. That's the main issue, because I can't use that ability. Which way around are you? There we go, let's move backwards a little bit. That's very kind of you, Mushy. I'm only going to do this a little bit. I want to get just a little bit of crag scale. I'm not going to spend too long doing this, but it's kind of you to offer. I am actually thinking of just getting enough. How much do I need is the next question in order to make the things I want to make. Let's have a quick look. Oh, sunk Brutosaur. Let's just check my auctions. Loads about to expire. Go to my leatherworking. Go to my groups. Restock. So we need a lot of uncanny gear. And crag scale. Ooh, we need 208. And it's still telling me at 53 gold. I could probably do with a few. To be honest, I would rather do a mythic if people are up for it, rather than farming this on Samadan. Because whilst this is okay for getting some stuff, I think it would be more use to me because Samadan can then get some progress and would be better placed, I think. So I won't necessarily do this tonight. It was just good to find out where it was and what we could possibly do as a future farm. But they do seem to spawn quite quickly. If I can get a decent rotation of pulling those. So I'll leave Earthen here so I can get a few of them at the moment. Finally got my little Phoenix heritage set. Oh, fantastic, Happiest, congratulations. So I think I'm going to leave Earthen here for the moment. We'll just let him log out. Has been better throughout BFA than both leatherworking combined. Yeah, I need to get the quest mob for the chum thing, definitely. Oh, that was for the both leatherworking and tailoring combined. Strongly recommend it. Okay, that was for blacksmithing. Yes, I must do that. One of the things I was going to do with El Morte, get them leveled up to 120, and then I'll be able to do that. Maybe we can do a bit of Cataclysm time walking here. Let's just quickly, before we go over to Samadan, that is if people are up for doing a mythic dungeon, if you are Moshi, or if anyone else is around and would like to try a mythic dungeon on Samadan. Fantastic. So let's have a look. Mailbox on my vendor flipping. So we now have Fusaka, fresh potato, distilled water. There's another 1,000 gold there. Let's just do a cancel scan on what we have, because it's probably undercut on most of these. Okay, thank you, Paul Rock. We'll just take all of these off. Cancel that. Collect that from the mail. There we go. And then we will post that back on. Distilled water, wildflower, a few other bits and pieces. I don't know if I need to restock on any of this. Easiest way to find out is to check my group. So I go to my vendor, go to my groups, buy groups, Yep, Fusaka and fresh potato. A little bit extra there. So we'll post that on, and then that's on. Currently at 13,000 gold, so that's good. Very quick, very simple to do. Oh, let's just move back over here. I need to go to a decent rest area other than here. So let's come out of here and log out. We'll join on your priest. Oh, okay. Stop undercutting you. Oh, I'm sorry, Pro Spanker. Ret Pally. Oh, fantastic. 461. That's definitely good. Okay, we have some people. Also, I haven't changed my my shoulders. Sorry, Rose. I do apologise. So let's have a look. Let's see what keys people have. I have a +2 Motherlode, I believe. It'll be interesting to see if we can get something higher than that. I don't know how it works in terms of making keys go higher. Do I have to use the key to make it go higher? Is that how it works? Crazy vendor item that is selling very well for you is copper rods for base enchanting. Of course, there's that one. That was another good one. Siege of Borealis 11. Are you crazy? I don't think I'll keep people alive on that one. Welcome to the Copper Rod Squad. Yes, that was a favourite of the Gold Queen, certainly. You have Atal Desar Key 2 since last run, if you want to try that one. Okay, I'm happy to do... you get 1 level under the highest done that week, you think. Okay, so if I did, like, say, for example... the Goldmaking hero returns. I am on Shadow Song EU. We have a +6 Motherlode. +7 would be great for the weekly though. Okay. So make sure I've got everyone here. So we have Mushy, we have Paul Rock, we have the Real Ginny, and we have Annette. That's, I think, everyone, isn't it? And just make sure I've got the right... I nearly got a heart attack at 2. Is that not enough? Have we got... How much do we need? Kind of you. How many have we got? We've got... we have me... we can have 5, can't we? Me, Mushy... Paul, Jin, and Annette. Is that enough? Let me know what your characters are. I'll start the group up. Let's get that going. Hold on, and then we'll get the right people in. Hopefully, if that's correct for everyone. Have many alts over my strong buff. It's really many alts over our strong buff currently. I'm not sure what that is. It's true. Yes, that makes 5. Okay, including myself. Okay. Dungeons, pre-made, custom, starter group, custom, Samadan, Blaze. Wow. There we go. And then let me know your character's name so I get it correct. So glad. Thank you. Right, so who do we have? So that makes 5, so we have 1. So Paul, you're just in. Okay, you're in. Fantastic. And we have Mushy. Annette's your Jade Flower, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. Jin, are you DJ Cloud? And then Mushy we can do... We invite in from here. At 4 we get extra crap happening already. And at 7 even more. Alright. All right. And sorry, Clumsy. I'm not sure we have enough anyway, but maybe next time we can get you in. Your DJ Cloud. Okay, Jim. Okay, there we go. So we've got 3, and then Mushy. I think that should be everyone. I think. Apologies, Clumsy, not on this run, but maybe we can get you on another run. I'll delist on that one. Or it could be on a different cluster, maybe. There we go. So, Justin, you're going to be tank, are you? Okay. Any restrictions when it comes to groups cross-realm like that? I think just in terms of just in terms of trading gear afterwards. Oh, your DPS, okay. So how can we do? We haven't got a tank. Are we going to have anyone who can do a tanking role? You can tank it if it's a 2. Okay. What I can? When and how long do you think? How long do you think? I think it will rise again with Shadowlands hype. It's a 2. Druid or Demon Hunter as a tank 2 if you needed. Okay. You did say that earlier, didn't you, Mushy? Okay. We need a tank for, or we could do, okay, who have we got? DJ's come off, okay. Oh, you don't have a tank spec, okay. So we've got, 1, 2, 3. Forever red, no problem. Okay. I think Jin is going to come back on a druid, and we can do that one. I think you can only trade items that drop inside the dungeon or conjured items. Okay, thank you, Rose. Well, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you're playing as Horde. Oh, no problem. Right, and then we should have enough. True, who can tell what may happen? There we go. Now is a good time for the weak aura, if you're okay with restarting my WoW client. I haven't touched anything weak aura wise at all, Rose, so I better not risk it at this time. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's remove. Friend he has invited to join the group. How do I do slash? Oh, I've never done a slash kick. It feels bad. DJ Cloud. I assume that's that. Did that work? Is it slash kick? How do I do it? Need to know why it moves. Yeah, that's true. Thank you, leader, for a sec. Okay, thank you, Mushy. I can't do that either because I've got the right frames up. Hold on. Failing here. Okay. Hold on. I can't right click the name because that's the voodoo frames. It's not the party frames. I have to move these over to my interface. And where is it? Interface raid, I think. Raid profiles. Auto activate on. No, not that one. I need to hide something here. Thank you, Mally, Go Smutly, and Formcation for the follows. Apologies. Never seen someone not have the party group on screen. I know. I can't even remember how I turned it off. Hold on. Let me see if we can see something here. Display pets. I've got this on at the moment. I want to accept that. There we go. And then maybe we can sort that out. Keep groups together. Display. Primary, new profile, auto activate, use raid style party frames on that. Click OK, I guess. Return to game. Do I have it there now? No, we don't have it there. I can't select from there. Maybe I can... I thought it was /kick. Aaron left the chat. Get the group back. This one. Okay, thank you. And then... where is the actual window for it? Show. Ah, there we go. Show and hide. Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much, Canya's Goblin. Oh, dear. Failing at... there we go. And then remove... there we go. Right. Okay, fantastic. No problem. Sorry, couldn't respond as I'm streaming. There we go. Okay. Oh, didn't I do the wrong one? Oh dear. I'm so sorry. There we go. We'll get the right one. We'll do the right one. Okay, and can I do a /invite? Send me a whisper. There we go. Accept. Oh, brilliant. There we go. Now we're in a raid. Okay. Put it back to party. Okay. How do I do a back to party? Instance options, convert to party. There we go. Oh god, that looks terrible. Can I hide that again? Convert to raid. Where's the hide thing now? Oh, because I had the thing turned off on the interface. Hold on. Let's go back to my interface. Turn that back on. Click OK there. And then hide there. There we go. That's better. We're learning. There we go. Where are we going? What key are we doing? I have no idea. I'm just learning how to play WoW at the moment. There we go. Right, we have a successful group. There we go. There we go. Forget what key. Motherlode, if we're doing mine. I have a... let's have a look. I have a keystone, the Motherlode. Level 2, if that works, or a Siege of Bareilles 16. I don't think I'll keep people alive on a 16. So how do we get to... was the Motherlode the one we did last week? Did we do that last time? Hold on. Getting the group set was the Mythic. Of course. Too much time at the auction house and not enough time making groups. Exactly, Calamity. This is the thing. Teleport to Zoltar and Portal is on the left side. Okay, we go through that little dungeony spirally thing, don't we? Okay, we'll go for that one. The one with the car ride, yeah, the one we did the last time. Okay. Can I link the key? Yes, as soon as I've gone back and zoned through. I mean, I'm happy to try higher. Dungeon difficulty is currently set on Mythic. There we go. So that's that. And if I... is it /P? Bring up my bags. Shift click that. Did that work? /P. Keystone Motherlode. That's it. Your keys are much higher. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Got a rolling a druid on my server for potential future kills. Okay, thank you, Calamity. It could be fun, definitely. Research is a website for goblins who are probably undergeared and stuff to find patient groups. Yes, definitely. That would be very, very useful. I think we would all be in that group, certainly. Right, are we going to go through? Let's hold on through. See if I can remember everything. Okay. Anyone seen the moon tonight? It's a super moon, pink moon. Looks amazing. Oh, is it really? Fantastic. Right, okay. Look at all these lovely mounts. Alright, let's go with standard, repair. Repair those. And then I will cast my buff for everyone. There we go. There we go. Everyone on their Brutosaurs, I know. Right, okay. Oh, we need some nice conjured food. Conjured mana bun. Give me extra health if I need it. This is definitely a meeting of gold makers, certainly. Right, okay, so we have Jin is going to be our tank, so Alt, Prayer of Mending. Oh, I need to do the key thing, don't I? Where's the key thing? I'm looking for a little thing that I can put things on. Aha, there it is. Not that. I don't want to be fighting that. Stop fighting. Is this going to work? You are facing the wrong way. There we go. Insert Mythic Keystone. First time doing this. So, pop that in there. The Motherlode, 39 minutes. Interrupts will be fun. Blood on the floor is sanguine. It kills. Okay. There we go. Have a few healers and tanks. Love to play better, but scared of randoms. This is the tricky part, really, isn't it? Oh, we're going through already. Wow, that's quick. Flash heals for the win here. I need to turn my bags off. Mouse over the blue thing. You know what stuff hits you. Oh, I didn't mean to click that one. Just getting used to my healing buttons again. Flash heals and stuff like that. Just want to avoid stuff at this stage. Oh, lag spike. Okay. So this is learning for me. This is something I'm obviously slowly getting accustomed to. Oh, I think I got a little bit of aggro there. Moved a little bit close. Oh, and that hurt. Ow. Quick. Prayer of healing. Wasn't paying attention. There we go. Just mashed everything instead. There we go, that was a little bit easier. Whoops, I would have died then. I missed at 18 by 5 seconds the other week. Ouch. Oh, right. Okay. Let's settle into this a little bit more so I can focus. Keep pressing that at the wrong time. Prayer of Mending I do want though, that's the one I meant to do. I did the Alt and right click, which does that one instead. Yes, I can dispel that. Now the other thing I was doing last time, which I need to make sure I don't do this time, is my Holy Nova, because that aggroed extra things at the same time. Hail of Flechettes. That's the all the daggers coming round, isn't it?
Beware.
Yeah, there they are. If you're close to that, that hurts apparently. There's no sanguine in it too. This is good at this point. When I'm a bit better, then we'll be able to do the affixes. But at this stage, I'm kind of I'm okay at the moment. I'm still learning. You okay there, Justadin? We seem to have lost you. Said it had a big lag spike to do with the extra DPS. I could try a few smites at the moment, and maybe a 3 as well. Oh, out of range. Watch out for the extras. Oh, your game froze up. Trying to rejoin. Okay, no problem. Hopefully you can get back in. I'm actually doing damage here now. So that's not a good idea, because now I'm damaging myself by being aggroed. There we go. Mending should help that out. There we go. I haven't got renew on a bind. That should be useful if I have that, I think. Is my realm connected? It is with Asuna. So Shadowsong and Asuna are connected together. No problem. Good to have you back. Is more Horde side. Is it? Ah, well, okay. I hear it was quite a big twinking server. And then Big Heal is that one. Bit of a heal on myself. Essentially. Ah, there's Halo. Need to interrupt it. Prayer of Mending works there. Oops, stay out of the way of that. Three, two, one. Prayer of Mending. Let's move around this way. Okay, so now we need to run around from this one or something, I believe. Static pulses. Ooh. I thought that was one of mine then for a minute. Dodge the attack of that. Paramedic just on myself just in case. Do I kick those? Looks like you're all kicking them. Okay. Static pulse. Stay out of the way. Give everyone a nice big heal. Bit of area effect healing. And then prayer of mending. There we go. Is this vanilla? It's retail. This is definitely not vanilla. Right, let's move around here. There we are. Let's head over this side. Prayer of mending, and let's go and do that one. There we go. The last box drops a recipe. Which recipe does it drop? That'll be something to look out for. Just taking some damage. A couple of heals. Make sure I don't aggro that lot over there. I was wandering a little bit close there. To get enough bouncing around there at the chat should be at the moment. Only if you have engineering. Okay. I have yet to get engineering. Engineering would be good, definitely. Okay, well now we need some big heals. I'm going to use those whilst my other spells can help out. There we go. There's another big heals needed there. Okay. We have some extra coming in. Let's just collect all of these up. Try and keep people alive. Mending. And we can do a nice big heal here. If I can just soak up each bit and just try and anticipate the speed at which the damage goes down, then I think I'll be learning a bit better this way. When to do my holy words, basically. At the moment I've not needed to do them. I'm topping up with flash heal has been quite adequate for all this trash mobs and things. Engineering blacksmith mount is Mechagon. Aha, right. I'll just hang back here a little bit. Okay, so we should be good for time here in terms of finishing. If you do it within time. I don't know how fast we are having this timer down. I don't know what's a good time and what's not a good time. I don't know where we need to be at certain points. Oh, that was a big one. Quick. Why are we all dying quickly? Those are the elementals of some kind. That's bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Jade Flower. I'll try and keep everyone alive as best I can. Trying to make sure everyone was topped up. But didn't quite manage to get enough there. Okay. Remember, the mobs in the boss melee hit a nasty stacking bleed. So if DPS is getting hit, heal them. Okay, thank you, Rose. That must have been what happened there, is everyone got a sudden stacking heal. There we go. Stacking bleed, rather. Stacking dot. There we go. Mechagon drops the actual flying mount with thrusters. Out of range. There we go. If they chase you, kite around the boss, not away. Okay. Right. Oh, ow, ow. That's a lot of damage in one go. Couldn't quite manage enough of that. Just keep an eye on my flash heals. If I can do my alt and left, alt and right click, that's it, I've got to remember the right one. 5 seconds on Divine Hymn. Not Divine Hymn. Prayer of Mending. Keep that rotating round, so that should be fine. Core Earth Rager. So I need to watch out for those. Okay, so kite those. Prayer of Mending. Keep you alive. Alright, let's spam that a little bit more. And we should be alright then. Kata time walking tomorrow, yes, definitely. Should be good for some levelling. There we go, I had to spam flash heal on that to keep you alive. That seemed better. Ah, we got the minecarts here now, that's good. With familiarity, having done this last week, I am getting to know the dungeons a bit better. I feel a little bit more comfortable now, having at least done the dungeon once before. Okay, let's move around this side. There's a lot of extra mobs. Hopefully we can deal these enough damage. Shift no, shift and right click is what I want. Shift and middle click would be okay in that instance. Just let that bounce around and that should be fine. Okay. You can avoid doing more flash heals. My mana is super high. Yeah, I find my my mana is never really a problem. I've got one of the talents, I think, that gives me extra mana regen, and I think it is more than I need at this point. Oh, Senza coming in with a raid of 43. Thank you very much. I do apologise if I'm not fully focusing on you. How was your stream? I hope it was good. We are actually doing a Mythic 2 at the moment, so I am actually concentrating a lot more than I usually do. So please do excuse me if I don't acknowledge everyone as you come in, but lovely to see you all. I hope you had a good stream. I'm just trying to focus on not killing people, which is my job as a healer. That's the main one. Natty, Rasheen, good evening to you. Hope you're having a lovely time so far. This isn't quite gold making, but it is the next best thing of learning how to do something new, which is always good. Dodge the attack of that. I think we need to do some extra healing here. Just spam that a little bit more. And we'll got that going. Linksys and Lone Tengu, thank you very much for the follows. I'm running behind here, so let me just join in and help people out. Then I should do. A Goldmaker doing Mythics, what is this? I know! We are actually doing some content for the first time on Samadan. Learning to heal. We're doing a Mythic 2 on the Motherlode at the moment, so it's all new for me. It's really good fun. We did this last time. I did that wrong. I need to do that one. There we go. I can at least do a dispel. There we go. A bear with wings. That looks great. So much I want to do today. Never enough hours. I know the feeling, Sensors. I know the feeling well. Let's just top everyone up. There we go. Okay. Oh, watch out for that. I don't want to stand in that. Okay, if I do miss anything on chat, I do apologise, as I'm concentrating on the screen more than I would whilst I'm doing Dispel. I would love to do, but I can't at the moment. I'll move out of the way of that. That looked bad. Keep myself alive. Keep that going. Repellent blast on me. Ow, this is going to work. Be bad. Alt and left prayer and healing. That should work. There we go. Okay, that was a little bit too close for comfort. How long have I got? Prayer of mending on myself there. Just a flash heal, and then we should go. There we go. Just download more hours. That's a good idea. I could certainly do with some myself. I need someone to take over my work so I can just carry on making videos and streaming and doing creative things on WoW. And getting into the Shadowlands Alpha. All those things would be great. Oh, move out of the way of that. Right, let's just concentrate. Make sure everyone's okay. There we go. Bring remembered, you could get marks of honor on EU. Yes, for one more day, you can at least get some more. How much tokens? More hours? Yeah, that would be nice. If you could buy hours with gold. No, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Dispel. I can try a master spell. Oh, why didn't that work? It's probably way too late now. Wasn't quick enough with that. Paramedic. There we go. There we go. Do I look at the class change on Shadowlands? What do you think of them? I loved the ones, we looked at the priest ones, that's the only ones I really understood. Could be interesting. I'd like to see how it goes from a priest perspective. I would like to see more coming through on the holy side. There's only really one thing going on from that point of view. Ooh. Quick. Let's do an instant heal there. That's not quite the spell I wanted to cast, but it'll do for the moment. Just in case you die, you'll come back to life, which is always nice to have. Or an IRL clone of yourself. Yeah, that would be useful too. Most definitely. Although I think that would get a bit weird having... Oh, move out of the way of that. I'm not sure if I should be standing here. I feel a little close, melee-wise. Let's move out this way. And keep people alive with the flash heals. And then move around here. There's lots of explosions going on. That does make it rather difficult to keep people alive. But thankfully we're, dare I say it, okay. I'm burning. That's not okay. There we go. That's not what I meant to cast. I keep accidentally casting my wings thing. It's got a name. The Guardian Spirit, that's the one. Right, okay. Rocket Zan. Is this the end already? If you have a red arrow, stand next to a pillar. Okay, thank you. Where's a pillar? I can't see any pillars. That's not a... I've got no idea where to run. Heavy missile, move away from others. Oh, move out of that. That's bad. There we go. Okay, that was a bad idea to just stand there. There we go, right, let's focus on everyone. Pair of mending still on you, so you're fine. Move out of the way here. I'm just going to stand over with other people, so it should be easier. Stay out of the swirly things. Shroomi's got that, so you're fine for the moment. Oh, there's a pillar. Ah, fantastic. Divine Hin was probably a bit of a overkill at that point. I see, you're over there. Pair of healing, there we go. Pair of mending, okay. The pillars that drop in the phase, okay. Now that I read that, that makes sense. Summon Boomba. Having missile. There we are. You're okay. Gatling gun. Watch out. As I'm doing lots of damage. Spot in the way of that. Just heal through myself. There we go. Fantastic. Keystone upgraded to a +3. Fantastic. 22. There we go. What have we got? What did we get with our new key? we got a level 5 Atal Desar, fortified and sanguine. Is that good? I've only got 20 odd minutes left, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it in that time. So I might have to pass on that one. Rix's Sweat Wicking Cuffs, 435 wrist. We already have some 440 corrupted gear. Link the key again. Let me have a look. Party. Where is it? That one. Atal Desar, a number 5. The keystone got 3 levels added to it. Is that normal? And AD and sanguine, fortified and sanguine, can be difficult. So I'm not sure I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to do that in time either. But it's good to have. So does that mean if I have a Mythic level 5, so then next week, tomorrow when it resets, does that mean that goes down to, I get a +4 key? If you play Holy Priest and you cast a Void spell, you expect to get excommunicated. Yeah, that is true, Neville, actually. Okay. So I ran it quickly, so I got a +3. Oh, right. Okay, I see. Is what the +3 you saw meant. It added 3 levels. So not that you had a rank 3 key now. Aha, right. Goes higher the better you do the time. Right. Okay. Oh, right. No, I'll get a 2 again because I didn't complete the 5. It's based on your best of the week. Right, so I'll go back to a 2. Okay. Time to reset enchants again. Okay, that's a good idea, Mushy. Thank you, everyone, for that Mythic run. Thank you, Mushy, for helping me through. Thank you all for bearing with me whilst I went through the learning how to party people and stuff like that. So we need to, at some point, push something a little bit higher. Maybe I can do these a little bit earlier in the stream so that we can get maybe 1 or 2 done. And we'll see what happens from that. But thank you all for the group. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. I shall Hearthstone out, I think. That'll be easiest. Oh, we've got a portal here. That's very kind of you. Freehold is great for easy keys. Nightmare, good morning to you. Good evening from me. Watching all the way from Perth. Fantastic. It's not even 5 AM here. About to go to work. Wow. Well, good luck on your way to work. That's very early to be getting up. SP, thank you all for the group. You lovely people. There we go. Okay. Yeah, if we can get a freehold one. I've done that a couple of times now. So that should be fairly decent. Let's go have a look on Samadan. We can do a quick cancel scan on enchants. We've got a few sales here, currently at 57,000. So we did sell Accords of Haste recently. So was that... when was that? Let's have a look. Don't have anything on at the moment, no. So auctioning wise, let's deselect all groups and now go just for rings, accords, the goods, weapons, good, and pre 8.2 still selling. Run a cancel scan on those. That should work. You log into WoW before work most days, complete dailies and do auction resets. You work for a petrol station, so classed as essential by the Australian government. Oh, right, okay. Well, hope you stay safe, Nightmare. And you managed to get plenty of protection.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
So I'll go through here, take those off, and we'll pop them back on. Run a post scan on those. I've got a feeling I might need to make some more from looking at that. So run the post scan of those. And then we'll have a look. my auctions, and then we'll go over to enchanting. We'll go over and clear this queue. There's a lot of uncanny stuff I want to make here. Not buying the crag scale at that price though. Let's just look at enchanting, restock those. So yes, 10 Accords of Haste sold. So I've got a feeling I want to up the number of Accords I'm doing here. So I'll go into my groups and I'll go into my enchanting. My Accords at the moment. So this is the Accord of Critical Strike and Accord of Haste. I'm going to up the number I make. At the moment I'm making 10 of each. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to increase that to 15 of each. Now obviously when I go to restock again, that's going to mean I'm going to have to make a whole load more. So let's clear the queue and restock again. So now we're on 5 Accords of Critical Strike and 15 Accords of Haste. So that's a fair amount. Yes, still a Perion. Thank you, Mushy. Right, whilst I remember. Otherwise, I'm going to have that there forever. Patreon. Edit. Patreon page. Submit. There we go. Thank you, Mushy. Fixed now. That'll be easier. There we go. Any update on Boris? He was in the news in Australia after being admitted to ICU. As far as I know, he's still okay. He spent the night comfortably, as far as I know. He's not on a ventilator, so he should be all right. I have never understood how to use TSM other than for price checking. That's a good start, Andy Ismad. At least you're one step ahead of the competition by knowing the price of your server. So, Veiled Crystals, looking at this, we need 45. So we're a bit lacking on Expulsum now. We have 79 Expulsum left. So let's make another, so 45. Let's make 40 Honourable Combatants Sorceress Sceptres. Use up a few more of these, and then that will give us enough Veiled Crystals, I think. But if you are looking for learning more about TSM, Andy Ismad, you're more than welcome to have a look at my YouTube series. It's before 8.3 came out, so it's slightly different, so ignore the stuff about stack size, but everything else is completely relevant. Is that down under, and what is petrol? Petrol is the same as gas. Well, there we go, Accord of Critical Strike for 690 gold. Another curing Silas for you. Unfortunate, Den. That's a tough run, definitely. Your TSM destroying stops after one disenchant. What are you doing wrong? Not necessarily anything trivial, Gnome. It could be that you're in quite a laggy area and TSM can get stuck from now and again. I have it matched to my Control X key. So I've got a macro here, TSM destroy. And so with Control, and if I just tap X, I can turn TSM destroy on and off. So basically, oh, you're having enough, okay. So when it does get stuck, because it will frequently do, especially if you're in a zone like Borealis. See, now it's stuck, and so my Control up and down arrow isn't, up and down wheel mouse macro isn't working. So I just tap X twice, and then it works again. There we go. How did I prioritise rep and playing, etc. to get the right trade skill plans for BFA? It was mainly down to luck, largely. Oh look, we sold a Silkweave Satchel. And KCK Virus, thank you very much for the follow. So I started with enchanting and tailoring and cooking on my main, so that was easy enough to do. Then the biggest ones for reputation that I've had to work on is alchemy and inscription on my two alts, but I did that just consistently and steadily over time. So as long as you do your world quests, your emissaries, you can be quite efficient with it. You have a macro to open and destroy, so you just close and open it constantly because it messes up so much for you. I mean, I've got a good run at the moment, but now it's just stuck. I jinxed it. There we go. And then we swap back, and that's easy enough. Good news for us in Switzerland, active cases of COVID seem to be going down, so hopefully... is that working? There we go. So hopefully, if all you in Britain obey your lockdown, you should peak soon enough. Hopefully we'll get sorted. As long as everyone obeys, that's the main thing. You used to have to post auctions with different stack sizes. Exactly. Back in the day, there was such a thing called pretty stack. Why destroy? We're getting the veiled crystals so that we can make some enchants. That's what we're doing here. You already peaked last week on the 2nd. Oh, did you? Back in my day, we never had these newfangled single commodities. Right, okay, so how much are we doing in terms of veiled crystals on that front? We just needed the Blood of Sargeras, which we are missing on our Binding of Agility, so we'll take that. We'll make ourselves 5 critical strikes and 15 Accords of Haste. Now the price on those, the profit on those is not particularly high. For all of those, it's coming in at sort of 7,000 or 8,000 total for all of those. So I wonder if we can reset the market on these a little bit more. What's the difference from destroying and disenchanting? It's essentially the same thing. TSM uses destroying because it also encompasses milling as well as this way as prospecting and what's the other one? So it milling, prospecting, and there's something else I'm missing. But basically converting anything from the raw materials, basically. Smelting. Yeah, but I don't think TSM Destroy has the smelting option in it, does it? I was thinking there was something else. Maybe I was wrong. But you can only do it with the characters of those professions. Yeah, prospect, mill. Those are things, and prospect, mill, and disenchant. Those are the 3 things that TSM Destroying does within its envelope of destroying. So they called it that because it effectively does destroy the item in return for some extra goods. In this case, it's enchanting materials. Now, I was going to have a look at the Accords of Haste and Critical Strike, see if it's worth me actually doing a flip on them. Let's look at these and run a shopping scan. Let's just see what kind of price they are. So I'm at 690 on Critical Strike. So it did look like Haste got a reset on that. I currently have 9 here at 690. Then we go 690, then 3, then 700. There's 12 here at 749, 750. And then we're up to 899, and you'd have to buy all of these as well in order to get a reset here at 2,500. Now, because reset day is tomorrow morning, now might be a good time to buy these out, because what I will do is have a look at this first thing in the morning as well and see if I can sell some more here. So what I'll do is I'll take mine out. We've already sold one there, so Accord of Critical. We need to do crit and press enter. I always forget to press enter. Not the odd ones, those ones, those 9. Cancel those.
If you find anything exotic,
I'll take those cancels off, and then we'll go here and we'll go shopping wise again, run a shopping scan. Accord of Critical Strike. So we'll take the 690, we'll buy that. What is our crafting cost at the moment? 295. So these are still more expensive. We'll take the 3, we'll take the 12, buy those. We'll go all the way. We'll go in for a penny, in for a pound. And we'll take the 900. And then we'll post in here. Even though this has only got an hour left on it, I think 2,500 is quite a high reset price anyway. I'm going to post 14 of them on at that high price. Reset that. So we're here at 2485, 14 at there at critical strike. And then we've got a bank of them available, ready for reset tomorrow. There we go. Okay, 500,000, just in case someone bought one for too expensive as well. It's not too bad. This is since Sunday, so there's not all profit. Obviously, this is just in sales. A mix of other stuff in here. Hydro Expedition bag, we sold one there. I imagine we need to reset that one, craft that one at some point soon. So we're in a good position with our enchants there, and we'll check on again tomorrow morning on reset day. What have we got? Mini pack Mechagon, Overspark Mini. I've already got that one, I think. Yes. Netherweave bags just sold for 26. Get rid of that one. Call them off licenses. Yes, that's what I used to work in an off license when I was a student. Not a good mix. That's why I don't drink now. So we are okay on that front. We're okay on that front. What could we do in this last part? We do have a gold world quest here. We could possibly do on Samadan. He could do with a couple of thousand gold. That would be useful. Let's have a look how quick that is to do. 10 minutes. Used to go off licenses. I was a student, lol. So we've got that. We could try for a Awakening Silas proc just in case. But I think I'll be okay for the moment on that front. How long would it take to do Order of Embers? Order of Embers is quite a quick one, depending on where the world quests are. Let's have a look. Got 10 hours left, so if I don't get them all done... So we've got the Construct, Betsy, something Slain is an easy one. Siren's Pollen is an easy one for the Expulsum. We'll definitely have that. Champions of Azeroth, the Barbthorn Queen, and then we want something easy there. More than welcome to Jin if you want to join in. I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 and Blighted Monstrosity. So Barbthorn Queen I think first. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. There we go. So let's have a look. Invite you in if you are more than welcome to join in. Just a quick 8-minute run on these. So quest wise, let's go flying. Your entire hospitality industry was closed by the government. Okay, let's just get this right. Barbthorn Queen. Let's head over this way. There we go. Where are we? Flying on over. I'll wait for you at the first one, Jin. Entire hospitality industry was closed by the government as part of stage 1 lockdown. But yeah, your liquor stores and bottle shops remain open. There are limits to what you can purchase to stop panic buying, stocking up. And the entire pubs, clubs, dining across the restaurant. Yeah, that's the same as Europe and UK as well. Yeah, we're pretty much on full lockdown now. Evidently you've not watched enough Doctor Who to understand the UK lingo. To share hick US lingo. I'm not sure what I'd... there's an equivalent hick for UK. Barbthorn Queen. Okay, so let's go for this. So we currently have, in terms of gold, 382 gold. We have about 40,000. Oh, that's the same as a chav, is it? Right, okay, Canniest. Right, that's over here.
There are resources here that would be of
Bombardment we don't need.
Take control of the area and secure them for us.
Queen we want is over the other side. Barbthorn Ridge. Over this side. Okay, Barbthorn Ridge. Are you in the cave? Looks like you're in a cave.
A truly twisted creature threatens my people, Inquisitor.
There we go. It should get enough time to get you in here. Got some drones. Just ignoring those at the moment. Here we go. That's one down. Now the Queen should be in here somewhere. There's the Queen. That's a whole lot of damage being done down on one poor Queen. Okay, that was done quickly. Alright, ignore the drones. There we go. And we want to go up here to Blighted Monstrosity next. Go over this way. Most USA is on stay-at-home orders. Yes, I think it's I think it's the same for a lot of people now. I'm working from home at the moment. Doc Otter, good evening to you. Just broke 3 million, 2 to go. Oh, fantastic news. Congratulations. Hick is country. Oh, right, okay. It's an area, is it? I grew up in Bath, so yeah, not all the West Country has that accent, but it does slip out sometimes, you'd admit. Yeah, I don't have much of a strong accent. It's just generic South, really. What part of the UK am I in? Have friends who live around the Manchester area. Your geography is bag. That's cool. That's more Midlands. I'm more, well, middle-ish. I'm more generic South, so nothing too specific, really. Missed the stream earlier. What am I working on this evening? We're just doing a quick World Quest series to get ourselves 2,000 gold for the Emissary. You're all south to you. What part of South you're in Eastbourne? I'm more sort of like in between sort of Sussex way. So I'm more sort of West Sussex than East Sussex. But not too far Pro Spanker. There we go, Blighted Monstrosity. Here it is. Move out of the way of the eyeball. Wait for it to disappear, then come back in. It's doing a fair amount, yeah, there we go. Are you as well, Warbrook? Oh, fantastic. Small world, exactly. Used to live in the parts of Berkshire. One of your family names is in Kent. Oh, okay. Mine's just like Sam's accent, basically Southern Standard accent. Living in Sussex at the moment. Horsham. Oh, okay, well, I know Horsham. That's where Creative Assembly are. And so let's go. Oh, I missed Betsy actually. I need to go diagonally across to Betsy. I missed doing that one. Let's go over do that. Ooh, let's move out of the way there. There we go. Go this way. There we go. Michi, thank you very much for using your Prime. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Hold on. Let me just get a few emotes going. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for your support. Oh, you live in Horsham as well, do you, Walbrook? You killed for a job there. You're northwest England, but Bracknell was hometown. So I work in London, so well, I used to when I commuted. Now I work from home, so it's nice to have not have the commute basically. Yeah, some of my my old game developer buddies worked at Creative. I used to get the train with. There was a guy who was an animator for the Alien Isolation game, so I got to know them quite well. Time for you to go to work. Okay, Nightmare, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Where's Betsy?
Take it out.
A few pelts. Old Haven Pig. Go for this one. What are we farming at the moment? Asiga, we're just literally doing the quick world quest to get ourselves 2,000 gold here, and then we're going to hand in this one, get some expulsum. I need some Siren's pollen actually. I didn't think of that when I did this. I need to go pick some. Oh, I'm frozen again. There we go. Love a job testing or something there. Yeah, I mean they did for a time. They did Creative. They had a requirement that you needed a history degree before working there, but I don't think that's still the case now. It was just mainly because of all the Total War stuff. Gotta love some lag. Yeah, definitely that was a fair amount. Okay, so we want some Siren's pollen. Oh wait, actually I could just buy it. That's easy enough. So let's head over to this last one. Work order Siren's pollen. Do you have this one, Ginny? Obviously it's a alchemy only one. Oh, you have a degree in classics, and the second what's an HMMD? Is that a master's? It's not worth it, but there are others you can do later. Okay, thank you, Ginny. You know a lot of people over at Creative because your mother lodges for them. Oh, really? Europeans come over and stay at hers. Wow, that's brilliant. Oh, it's an HND, like a higher diploma. Okay. Who was the extra spelling? There we go. Right, Siren's pollen. We should hand in, and this should get me done. Where do we hand this in? I think it's here we'd hand it in. I'll need to buy some. Brutosaur time. There we go. And then we go through here. You just put me on follow. Have your name fill up the screen. Right, shopping scan, Siren's pollen. I just basically want to get myself enough for this world quest. It's currently 13 gold, so it's slightly not cost effective. So how many do I need? I only needed something like 7 or something like that, I think. Let's just buy the 20 so we've got them. And now I don't have to do any complicated adding up or anything. Now take our buys and our expires. And then we can hand that in. Work order Siren's pollen. Do that. Get the 5 expulsum. And then we'll get the Order of Embers, 2,000 gold. Fantastic. There we go. Fantastic. The lag on Shadowlands is horrendous, taking forever to complete quests. Oh, really, Calamity? Is that simply a location thing, I wonder? Right, I think that is me probably done enough for today. It's gone past my bedtime, so I want to say a big... oh, the Worgen starting zone. Okay, that should be quite quiet then.